Well, hello there, real gamers. Retro Rob here, and welcome to Retro Rob Plays Everything. Today, we're going to take a quick look at my new gaming laptop. By quick, I mean really quick. I haven't even played a game on it yet, but I wanted to show you it because it's currently on sale at Costco for $1,400. I think it's a pretty good deal for the specs that it has, and thought I'd get your opinions on it and maybe a little bit of first impressions of the construction quality, etc., and let you know why I bought it. If you've watched this channel for a while, you probably know that during COVID, I had a lot of problems with the laptops I bought during that period. And I say laptops, I mean laptops. I think I went through 4 during the 2-year period of COVID, and they were all like just catastrophic failures. I had a hinge failure, even though I barely ever moved the laptop around. I had another one that the video card failed on it, or the video system failed on it, and then I got that replaced under warranty, and it failed again. Put a bunch of lines in the screen. It was absolutely terrible, and I ended up buying a lower spec machine just so it would quit this stuff, so that I could do my videos and stuff. And that one I did finally sell and bought this guy here, and this one's a little bit more up to the specs that I generally run in, or generally run with. I don't run in them. I don't run in my specs at all. No. All right, let's take a look at it. And here it is, the MSI Raider GE68HX 14V. Say that 3 times fast. Ridiculous. A little bit about it. The first thing I think you're going to notice, I mean, other than the awesome lighting system, I love that lighting system, is the fact that this is not a 16 by 9 screen. It's a 16 by 10 screen. It's a 1920 by 1200 running at 144 hertz. And that is one of the trade-offs that this makes. That resolution, I mean, all right, for me, I really don't care whether it's like running like a 4K HD resolution. I really don't. That's not a big deal to me, but it might be a big deal to some. So just note that that's, it's not like a super high resolution, but I find it fine for most of my gaming. My last few laptops have not gone over this, other than, of course, my Macs, which, they're their own game. Anyway, the GPU on here is not an Intel. That's incorrect. What the heck? Well, it is. It's it's one of those Optimus setups. Do they call it anything else anymore? Do they call it like something other than Optimus now? Probably. But anyway, it's Geforce RTX 4070 with 8 gigs of RAM built into it. This is generally the level I stay at, the 70 series. For the last one, I did drop to a 60 and kind of regretted it. I actually did notice a difference from the 60 to the 70, so it's something you might want to note. But it's in a good price point because the, like the 4080s are expensive as heck. The CPU is an Intel i9, and I want them to change their conventions, man. It's getting a little ridiculous. The 14900 HX. Why is it so long? Yeah, I'm gonna comment about everything. It's got 32 gigs of DDR5 in it, which is fine. Built in, it does have 1 terabyte of storage, and there is space for a second hard drive. The first thing I did is I upgraded this guy up to 3 terabytes total. I've got 1 terabyte for the main drive. I left that in there, and it had a second space, so I popped into 2 terabyte, which I think will be just fine for my needs. Taking a look at the keyboard area and the top deck. Again, I already mentioned the lighting system. It is programmable, as is, if I shut this real quick, I'll show you this later. This guy right here is also programmable. It goes with the rest of the lighting system, and the keyboard is programmable as well. And that is kind of weird because instead of using MSI's software, you actually use the SteelSeries software. And I know that's been going on for a little while now, where they just use SteelSeries software to control all the lighting, That's the case in this one. It works just fine. It's nothing to write home about, but it's not notably horrible either. So, you know, is what it is. All right, trackpad, really nice and large. I like that a lot. It's a little clicky for my taste. Wait, can you hear it? It has a little bit more play than I would like, but it's really quite good. The keyboard feels really nice. I mean, it's nothing next to a mechanical keyboard, but it does feel really very nice. It also, if you look on the side, you got the number pad here, which, you know, I'm not going to say it's essential for gaming, but in certain types of games, it is just nearly essential. And if you're doing any kind of design work, it's really nice to have these here. So I'm glad that they included it. You know, it's kind of cramped, but looks really nice. And this is another thing that really got me going on this laptop. It's got some old school hinges on here. I have not been a real fan of the way hinges have been attached recently. I think I mentioned that on the, I think it was the Asus, they were actually glued on. It's like, come on, man. These look nice and bulky. They look like, hey, they're gonna hold together. So hopefully they will. You hear that? That is a sound system. Yeah, I know. It's not Bose. But I am gonna tell you this. This is probably the first time that I've had a gaming laptop where I wasn't horribly embarrassed by the sound system. It doesn't sound amazing, but it sounds good. And that is amazing. That said, volume isn't terribly loud, but at least it sounds good throughout the range. All right, it's time for the port walk. Here's the left side. We've got a USB-C, got SD card reader here, which is pretty nice, and you've got a headphone jack. I'm glad gaming systems are still including that. All right, on the back we have two nice big chunky vents. We also have Ethernet, HDMI. This is for security lock, USB-C, and this is the power mains. And take a look at this. Yeah, looks pretty nice, doesn't it? I like that. This is chunky, and I don't feel like it's gonna fall out. That's good stuff. Getting kind of sick of like really crummy barrel connections. And by the way, a good barrel connection is good. I'm saying that a lot of gaming laptops have put really crappy barrels on. And here's the right side. You've got two standard USB-A's and a USB-C adapter. Isn't that nice? Here's what it looks like from the back. Notice how the badge glows. Yeah, it's programmable. Nice. And here's the bottom of it. Notice how it says Raider up here, and then it says MSI. This thing just looks great from every angle, doesn't it? I mean, they've done a really good job. Their appearance has gone way up since their laptops of a couple of years ago that I've dealt with. But anyway, in the bottom, there's 13 screws that you need to remove to take this guy apart. Before you take off this bottom piece here, flip it over and use a spudger to remove this top right here. This needs to come off first before you take off the bottom. One really nice thing about this is there's absolutely no rubber pieces that need to come off, you know, like glued on like this guy here, in order to disassemble this. So you don't have to worry about your feet falling off in the future. None of them are touched when you're removing the screws. And it's really easy to get to the second hard drive bay. It's right under the cover. Great stuff. I almost forgot to test out the cam. And you know what? It looks pretty good, honestly. I've got this set up almost the same as what I use for recording like most of my videos. So I've got a cube light right up here. And honestly, it looks good. This is probably the best camera I've ever had in a gaming laptop. I mean, but that's not a very high bar to hit. But still, nice. Do you want to be a real gamer? Do you want to see every episode of Retro Rob Plays Everything just as it comes out? How much would you pay to have that ability? $100? $1,000? $1,000,000 frickin' dollars? Well, guess what? If you hit subscribe right now and ring that bell, you can get every episode of Retro Rob Plays Everything as they come out for free. And you'll be a real gamer. Whatever that means. All right, to wrap things up, we'll do the TimeSpy test results on this one. This is the same test I did on my MSI GS76 17-inch laptop from about a year ago. And then I've also got the Asus ROG Zephyrus results, and I'm going to compare it to those two. So let's go. And there we are. We've got a 12854, and that is about 25% better than the Asus ROG Zephyrus at 8749 and the MSI GS76 coming in at 9157. So not bad at all, really. I'll be doing some more videos on the Raider GE68. Watch for those. It'll be some gameplay videos and show you how smooth some games run. But I mean, you can expect fairly decent performance out of this one. Anyway, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you found it useful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye!